That is Mike Pender's Searchers and Love Potion number 9 here at the Pigeon Forge Rod Run. Now, we're just about to kick off the show today with the national anthem. Now, remind all you veterans, Saturday at noon, we're going to have a veterans tribute for all veterans, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, past and present. So, meet us here at the Hot Rod Show trailer at 12 noon on Saturday for our veterans tribute. And if you're a patriotic type person, you can come and stand with these veterans. And now, ladies and gentlemen, no matter where you are, if you'll take a moment, if you're sitting down, please stand up. If you got a hat on, please take it off as we play our national anthem. Time to kick off the Hot Rod Show.
Welcome to the beautiful Smoky Mountains and the Pigeon Forge Rod Run, presented by Tennessee XXX Moonshine. Also brought to you by Danny's Hot Rod Shop, Metal Brothers Hot Rods, ASA Performance, Ferris Insurance Agency, and Checkered Racing Chassis. The greatest music of all time.
Hey, Doc, we better back up and run on this road to get up to 88. Roads? Well, we're going lead on lead. So, sequence start.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Terry Mason music.
On Velocity, and you're listening to Terry Mason's Hot Rod Show.
That's Lips Incorporated, Funky Town, 1980 Gold on the Hot Rod Show here at the Pigeon Forge Rod Run. Hey, have you been inside and checked out the Scotty D TV Dirty Dozen? It is 12 of the finest hand-picked show cars in the United States, and they are a fantastic collection. We've even got some from the Detroit Autorama Grade 8. The winners are on display. So go inside the LeConte Center and talk to some of these builders and take a look at these wonderful cars located inside. Let's go back to 1973 now with Billy Joel. Here's the Piano Man on the Hot Rod Show. 1973, and the song that made him who he is. That's Billy Joel and Piano Man on the Hot Rod Show. Hey, check out the Cruising the Coast raffle car. We've got it here in the mountains. It's the Make-A-Wish car, and we're going to be raffling it off. We do it every year with a fabulous car, and this year is a beautiful 1968 Camaro. It's rally green with a white racing stripe, black bucket seats, 4-speed Muncie transmission, along with power steering and power brakes. This car has got its own 327 V8 with a 4-barrel, 10-bolt rear axle, and original owner's manual and protective plate. You can get a chance at this car for $10, or the best deal is 3 tickets for $25. Check out the Cruising the Coast raffle car, one of the many beautiful items inside the LeConte Center here at the Pigeon Forge Rod Run.
The Douglas B-66, a long-range, high-altitude Air Force bomber. And you, too, will have more fun in a 57 Ford.
Alka-Seltzer, Black Rock, Fizz, Fizz. Oh, what a relief it is directed. Oh, what a relief it is. What a relief.
Presented by Tennessee XXX Moonshine, the Pigeon Forge Rod Run.
Terry Mason's Hot Rod Show. I'm in love with the girl that I'm talking about. I'm in love. Every time to be in love. Every time to be in love. Every time to be in love.
I get out of university in 1965, totally prepared for life in the 12th century. Kind of looked around here, looked around there, and then I got this brown letter in the mail one day, signed by a general. Said, come play with us. So I went down to a place called Fort Jackson in South Carolina, where they took my extensive college experience and put me into the infantry as a lineman. I climbed telephone poles. It was communications.
Hey, Crystal.
Yeah, stringing that wire from one place to another. And I met this guy down there who was in the company. His name was Leroy Brown. And Leroy was one of those guys that didn't know the meaning of no. You tell Leroy to do one thing, and Leroy would do another thing. He was just one of those kind of characters. He'd come from Chicago, been out in the street a long time, and had to make his own way. So he was about to keep on making it. He was down there a couple weeks, and he looked at me one night, we're sitting talking, he says, you know, Jim, I don't like this place, and I'm going to go home. So he got himself packed up, and he went home without telling anybody. Except in the Army, they call it AWOL, absent without leave. But he did come back at the end of the month to get his paycheck. And that was it. Snap put him in the handcuffs and took him away, but didn't bother him. He'd get out a little later, and still hung around. He was always the kind of guy that would keep people laughing, unless he got in trouble with him. And this is a tune I wrote about him, just called Bad Bad Leroy Brown.
That's the late, great Jim Croce on the Hot Rod Show and Leroy Brown. Welcome to the Pigeon Forge Rod Run, presented by Tennessee XXX Moonshine. Hey, have you got your official Pigeon Forge Rod Run merchandise yet? Well, you need to stop by the ET Motor Gear trailer and pick yours up while the selections are at their best. Right now, they got all the styles, all the sizes, and all the colors. A good time to get what you want without them running out of a color or a size that you may want. Do that right now while you're thinking about it and get it out of the way. ET Motor Gear, the official event merchandise of the Pigeon Forge Rod Run. Let's go back to 1972 with Sir Elton John. Here's Crocodile Rock on the Hot Rod Show.
I remember when rock was young. Me and Susie had so much fun, holding hands and skimming stones.
Ooh, I'm telling you, we're having a big old time up in here. This is the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and you're listening to Terry Mason's Hot Rod Show.
Does that give you chill bumps? Oh, American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. We lost him about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I think 2015. Van Halen, 1983 gold on the Hot Rod Show here at the Pigeon Forge Rod Run. That is Jump. Hey, the Super 5, that's our outside car show. Which cars will be chosen for our XXX Super 5 awards? We'll choose 5, and then one of those 5 will go home with $500. That's for the outside car show. Of course, inside, you want to be sure and check out Scotty D TV, the Dirty Dozen. It's 12 of the finest hand-picked show cars you could imagine. Inside the LeConte Center, Scotty D has a fabulous collection, including some Detroit Autorama Grade 8 cars. Go by, look at these fantastic cars inside, and talk to the people who built them. That is the Dirty Dozen inside.
By the way, we haven't been properly introduced, Melina. My name is Bond. James Bond.
When you were young and your heart was an open book, you used to say, live and let live. You know you did.
Paul McCartney and Wings, 1973 gold from the movie of the same name. That's Live and Let Die on the Hot Rod Show. Hey, stop by the Hot Rod Show trailer. We're set up in the circle in the front of the LeConte Center. Stop by and get your People's Choice ballot. You get to pick out one car that you like out of the big field of show cars, and they'll get the award, the one that gets the most votes. So come by, pick up your ballot, pick out your car, write it on the ballot, and turn it back in right here to the Hot Rod Show trailer. Let's go back to 1981. A guy by the name of Phil Collins in the air tonight on the Hot Rod Show.
Hey, howdy, this is Tom Wopat, Luke Duke of the Dukes of Hazzard TV show. You're listening to Terry Mason's Hot Rod Show. Dig it!
Elton John on the Hot Rod Show at the Pigeon Forge Rod Run, and that's Philadelphia Freedom. The Rod Run brought to you by Danny's Hot Rod Shop, Metal Brothers Hot Rods, ASA Performance, Ferris Insurance Agency, and Checkered Racing Chassis. Presented by Tennessee XXX Moonshine.
Sunday at Smokin' US 30 Drag Strip. Watch the best rear engine field drag strip. Sunday at Smokin' US 30 Drag Strip. With a great one.
You said a lot of things nobody else can say.
When you say bye, why is it?
You said it all.
The Pigeon Forge Rod Run.
Terry Mason's Hot Rod Show.
Pigeon Forge Rod Run. That's where it's happening. Get your official event merchandise at any of the ET Motor Gear trailers. You can pick them up in the show area outside. You can get them inside the LeConte Center. You can even get them while you're cruising up and down the strip on number 6 red light in Pigeon Forge.
She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I said, don't mind, but what do you mean? I am the one. best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music.
Terry Mason's Hot Rod Show.
According to today's regulators and bureaucrats, those of us who were kids in the 50s, 60s, 70s, or even early 80s probably should not have survived. Our baby cribs were covered with bright-colored lead-based paint. We had no child-proof lids or locks on medicine bottles, doors, or cabinets. And when we rode our bikes, we had no helmets. We drank water from the garden hose and not from a bottle. We ate cupcakes, bread, and butter, and drank soda with lots of sugar in it. But we were rarely overweight because we were always outside playing. We would leave home in the morning and play all day, as long as we were back when the streetlights came on. No one was able to reach us all day. Smartphones? We didn't have cell phones at all. No PlayStations, Xboxes, limitless channels on cable, laptops, or tablets. Facebook was an actual
Hey, David
face
Pilcher,
and an actual book.
goes in Alabama.
We had friends. We went outside and found them. We played dodgeball, and sometimes the ball would hurt.
We're live at the Pigeon Forge Rod Run if you're just tuning in.
There were no lawsuits from these accidents. No one was to blame but us. Remember accidents? We had fights and punched each other and got black and blue and learned to get over it. We made up games with sticks and tennis balls, and although we were told it would happen, we didn't put out any eyes. We rode bikes or walked to a friend's home, knocked on the door, rang the bell, or just walked right in and talked to them. Little League had tryouts, and not everyone made the team. Those who didn't had to learn to deal with disappointment. Some students weren't as smart as others, so they failed a grade and were held back to repeat the same grade. Tests were not adjusted for any reason. Our actions were our own. Consequences were expected. The idea of parents bailing us out if we got in trouble in school or broke a law was unheard of. They actually sided with the school or the law. Imagine that. Now, this generation has produced some of the best risk takers, problem solvers, and inventors ever. We had freedom, failure, success, and responsibility, and we learned how to deal with it. If you've related to anything that was just said, you're one of them. Congratulations. You made it.
Mr. Breeze, they call me the Breeze. That's Leonard Skinner on the Hot Rod Show. Hey, we made the trip up from Biloxi to be with you guys this weekend for the Pigeon Forge Rod Run. You know, we got a little show down there called Cruising the Coast. I think we had about 8,300 registered cars last October. And we brought with us our Cruising the Coast raffle car for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. We do it every year. This year, it's a 1968 Camaro, rally green with a good-looking white racing stripe, black bucket seats, got a 4-speed tranny in it. It is a good-looking car. Power steering, power brakes. It's got the original 327 V8, 4-barrel, 10-bolt rear axle, original owner's manual, and protective plate. You can see this car inside the LeConte Center. Plus, you can buy a ticket for it. We're going to give it away in October at Cruising the Coast, but you can get a ticket for it today. You don't have to be present to win. You can get one ticket for $10, or the best deal is 3 tickets for $25. Go by and take a look at it and get your tickets for the Cruising the Coast raffle car. It's better than money, honey.
Here she comes now, say morning, morning.
The Pigeon Forge Rod Run, presented by Tennessee XXX Moonshine. Also brought to you by Danny's Hot Rod Shop, Metal Brothers Hot Rods, ASA Performance, Ferris Insurance Agency, and Checkered Racing Chassis.
Ram a.m. on the Hot Rod Show, 1977. That's Black Betty here at the Pigeon Forge Rod Run, day number 1. The late great Janis Joplin and the Full Tilt Boogie Band, and that's Cry Baby. Interesting backstory on that song. That was prior to a concert, and Janis came out to do a sound check, a rehearsal. They just happened to roll tape on her warming up, and that was the end result. Incredible. Cry Baby on the Hot Rod Show. Don't forget to get your official Pigeon Forge Rod Run merchandise at any ET Motor Gear trailer. You can stop by the trailer. We've got one inside the LeConte Center. We've got one in the swap meet vendor area outside. Then there's one downtown on Parkway at red light number 6. So get your official merchandise. You know, hats, t-shirts, long sleeve, short sleeve. I got on a jacket that they made me for cruising the coast. They got all kind of stuff. But if you shop early, you get the full selection. As we get into Friday and into Saturday, some of the sizes, some of the colors, some of the styles may be in short supply. They may be out of one color and one size. So go by and check them out. Any of the ET Motor Gear trailers, your official Pigeon Forge Rod Run merchandise.
There's just no resisting it. 1969 Dodge Charger. Exciting, more forceful than ever.
I'd like some gasoline, please. Yes, sir. Dennis Day, you in a technical uniform? Oh, well, in that case, I'll try a gallon.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Benny.
Wait a minute. If you're not Dennis Day, how did you know I was Jack Benny?
Who else would buy 1 gallon?
Texaco sells more gasoline than anybody else.
An incredible trip down memory lane. Terry Mason's Hot Rod Show.
That's the Eagles on the Hot Rod Show, and already gone here at the Pigeon Forge Rod Run. Hey, stop by the Hot Rod Show trailer right outside the LeConte Center and pick up your People's Choice ballot. We've got the outside car show going on, and you get to judge those cars. All you got to do is come by and pick up a ballot, pick out your favorite car, write it on the ballot, and then turn it back in to the Hot Rod Show trailer, and you can help pick out the People's Choice Awards. We're going to do Super 5 from our outside car show. The XXX Super 5 Awards will select 5 cars, and then one of them will be chosen as the best of the outside show, and they will get $500. So come by and pick up your ballot, get it filled out, and get it turned back in. Let's go back to 1970 as we take a trip down memory lane. Here's the Guess Who, an American Woman, on the Hot Rod Show. The Guess Who on the Hot Rod Show. That is American Woman from A Great Time, 1970 gold on the Hot Rod Show. Hey, joining us now is one of the Dirty Dozen that's got the display inside. And welcome to the Hot Rod Show, Brian Kilgore. Brian?
I appreciate it.
What do you think about this weather, buddy?
I think it's cold.
Where'd you get that jacket?
I borrowed it.
You borrowed it, okay. Well, Brian is from Flowery Branch, Georgia, and he comes to the Dirty Dozen with a 69 Camaro convertible. Good looking car. Brian, tell us about the car.
Well, it's a Hugger Arms 69 Camaro convertible. It's got a Steve Holcomb interior in it. Got an LS with an 8-stack on it. Concept 1 pulley systems. Did a lot of fabrication under the hood. Got a lot of body mods done by Justin Keller. Forge line wheels, Willwood, 6-piston brakes all the way around, Ride Tech suspension, and the car's just super nice.
Well, I hate to put you on the spot, and I won't ask you exactly how much you got in this car, but I will say, how much would a car like this cost?
Buying 100 plus.
Okay, 100 plus. That's kind of what I thought, but I wanted it to come from your mouth. And how many shows have you taken this car to so far?
This would be the 3rd show I've taken it to.
What were the other 2?
One was Shades of the Past, and the other one was Good Guys in Charlotte.
Okay, cool. What do you think about the Pigeon Forge Rod Run? This is crazy stuff, isn't it?
Yes, I like this rod run up here. I mean, I'm indoors, and I'm happy about that today. But
Yeah.
but it's got a good facility here. It's really nice.
Well, stop by here in the LeConte Center and check out Scotty D TV's Dirty Dozen. You can take a look at Brian Kilgore's 69 Camaro convertible, good-looking car, and 11 others inside. We also got a grade 8 on display, and you can come by. We got 3 of the grade 8s from the Detroit Auto Show this year on display inside. So come by and check them out. It's just part of what's going on the Pigeon Forge Rod Run. Brian, thanks for stopping by. Take care of that car, buddy.
Thank you. Thanks, Scotty D.
Thank you, Terry. We'll get you another one in about an hour.
Cool.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. I'm always gonna love you no matter what. No matter what happens. You're my son, you're my blood. You're the best thing in my life. But until you start believing in yourself, you ain't gonna have a life. Don't forget to visit your mother. Welcome to the beautiful Smoky Mountains and the Pigeon Forge Rod Run.
Terry Mason's Hot Rod Show.
That's the Hollies on the Hot Rod Show. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. Here at the Pigeon Forge Rod Run, where everybody is a brother and a sister. Glad you could join us. We're having a great old time here. Day 1 of the Pigeon Forge Rod Run, presented by Texas XXX Moonshine.
You are my love.